Whoa, okay, let's just get right into it because this is a bombshell. In a move that has absolutely sent shockwaves through the entire world of college football, Michigan has its new head coach. But this isn't just your standard coaching change. Oh no, this is a massive, seismic shift that's happening right on the heels of a major scandal. So let's break down exactly how one of the biggest names in the sport ended up in Ann Arbor. So the man of the hour is Kyle Whittingham. And right out of the gate, in his very first statement, he is already talking the talk. He gets it. You can tell from these words, he understands the weight of that winged helmet, the history, the tradition. He's ready to embrace the whole maize and blue thing. And you better believe Michigan is putting their money where their mouth is. We're talking about an average annual salary of $8.2 million. Let that sink in for a second. This isn't just a new hire, it's a massive, massive investment. It's a huge signal that the university is betting everything, absolutely everything, on Whittingham to right the ship. So who is this guy that Michigan just made one of the highest paid coaches in the entire country? Well, if you follow college football at all, you know the name. Kyle Whittingham isn't just some coach. He's a living legend. And trust me, his resume speaks for itself. Let's just start with the raw numbers, because they're pretty staggering. First up, 177 wins. But here's the kicker. All of them at one school. That kind of sustained success, that consistency, it tells you everything you need to know about building a winning culture from the ground up. Now, think about this. He piled up all those wins over 21 seasons as the head coach for Utah. I mean, in today's era of the coaching carousel, where guys jump ship every few years, that kind of loyalty, that longevity, it's practically unheard of. It just speaks volumes about the man's character. And the crowning achievement, you have to look back at that unbelievable, undefeated, perfect 13-0 season back in 2008. Taking a team to perfection, that's the stuff of legends. It literally etches your name into the history books forever. So here's the bottom line. With a career win percentage over 66%, it's really not a question of if he's going to be in the College Football Hall of Fame, it's just a matter of when. Michigan didn't just hire a great coach here, they went out and got themselves a certified legend. Which, of course, brings us to the real million-dollar question here. Why was one of the most prestigious, most sought-after jobs in all of college football suddenly open? Well, the answer lies in a pretty ugly scandal that absolutely rocked the program just a few weeks ago. Yeah, the only reason this job was even in play was because of the sudden, shocking, and really abrupt end of the Sherrone Moore era. It's a chapter that I'm sure Michigan is very, very eager to turn the page on. I mean, just look at how fast this all imploded. On December 10th, Moore gets fired. The reason? Credible evidence of an inappropriate relationship. But it didn't even stop there. The whole situation just spiraled, turning into a criminal matter, leading to an arrest and felony charges for home invasion. For a blue blood program like Michigan, this was a 5-alarm fire. It was a full-blown crisis, and they had to make a move, fast. But while all this chaos was blowing up in Michigan, a really fascinating little subplot was developing over in Utah. While the world was watching Michigan's program in turmoil, Kyle Whittingham was quietly making his own move, and he dropped a little clue that almost everybody missed. And this is where it gets really, really interesting. The official press release from Utah, it said he was stepping down. Sounded like retirement, right? But then Whittingham himself joked to the media that he wasn't retiring. No, he was entering the transfer portal. In today's college football world, you know exactly what that means. It was the perfect little smokescreen. It was a clear signal to anyone paying attention that this wasn't an ending, it was a transition. He was on the market. And boy, did that transition happen quickly. Once the deal was done, there was no hesitation, no waiting around. The move from Utah legend to Michigan's new leader was immediate, swift, and incredibly decisive. I mean, just look at his first 24 hours. He meets with his Utah players in Vegas to tell them he's leaving. He makes the really tough call to skip their bowl game, and then boom, he's immediately on a plane to Michigan to meet his new team. This right here, this sequence of events, it shows you exactly the kind of leader Michigan hired. Decisive, focused, and totally all in from day one. There is no time to waste. Of course, a move this big leaves a huge wake behind it. To their credit, Utah gave him permission to leave immediately, passing the torch to their coach-in-waiting, Morgan Scalley. But let's be real, for the Utes football program, this is the abrupt and frankly emotional end of a historic 21-season era. And so, this is where we're at. It all comes down to this one question. Michigan, A program reeling from scandal has just hired a man who is the very definition of stability and success. But can this legendary winner calm the turbulent waters in Ann Arbor and bring the Wolverines back to the promised land? Well, for a program that demands nothing less than excellence, the clock is already ticking.